My name is Cristine Nadela, and for today's video, I will discuss about 5S. So let us know first what is 5S. 5S is a system for organizing spaces so work can be performed efficiently, effectively, and safely. This system focuses on putting everything where it belongs and keeping the workplace clean, which makes it easier for people to do their jobs without wasting time or in risking injury. In addition, 5S is a philosophy and a way of organizing and managing the workspace and workflow with the intent to improve efficiency by eliminating waste, improving flow, and reducing process unreasonableness. So, before I discuss what 5S stands for, let us know the origin of it. 5S was developed in Japan and was identified as one of the techniques that enabled just-in-time manufacturing. The 5S concept might sound a little abstract at this point, but in reality, it's a very practical, hands-on tool that everyone in the workplace can be part of. 5S involves assessing everything present in a space, removing what's unnecessary, organizing things logically, performing housekeeping tasks, and keeping the cycle going. Organize, clean, repeat. What are the 5S stands for? The sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. Let's first discuss what is sort. Sort is the first step of 5S. It involves going through all the tools, furniture, materials, equipment, etc. in a work area to determine what needs to be present and what can be removed. There are some questions to ask during this phase. First, what is the purpose of this item? Second, when was this item last used? Third, how frequently is it used? Fourth, who uses it? And lastly, does it really need to be here? There are three categories in sort: the necessary, unnecessary, and may not necessary. Let us cite some examples of sorting. Place a red tag for categorization of items to identify unnecessary items. Move unnecessary items like broken tools, obsolete jigs and fixtures, scrap and excess raw materials to central storage area. Free up valuable floor space, or what we call the space utilization. Last, finding abnormality of equipment and tools out of order or missing parts. The second step of 5S is the set in order. It was originally called Seitu, which translates to orderliness. A variety of names have been used in English: systematic organization, straightening out, and simplify for examples. No matter what it's called, the goal of this step is to organize the work area. Each item should be easy to find, use, return, a place for everything and everything in its place. During this phase, everyone should determine what managements are most logical that will require thinking through tasks, the frequency of those tasks, the paths people take through the space. There are things that we need to consider in this phase. First, which people or workstations use which items. Second, when are items used? Third, which items are used most frequently? Fourth, should items be grouped by type? Fifth, where would it be most logical to place items? Sixth, would some placements be more ergonomic for workers than others? 7. Would some placements cut down on unnecessary motion? And lastly, are more storage containers necessary to keep things organized? Tools are used frequently should be stored near the place they used. Spare equipment, supplies, and other tools that are used less often can be kept in a central location where multiple teams can share them. Items that are typically used together, such as drills and drill bits, should be stored near each other. Each of those decisions will make sense on its own, but it may become difficult to keep track of everything. It may be helpful to create a 5S map as part of this process. Communicating plan. Once storage locations are assigned, each storage area should be labeled. Label the outside of cabinet doors to help workers quickly identify what's inside each one. Then, label any interior shelves to show where different supplies belong. The same ideas extend to rack labels, bins, and other storage systems. Many facilities use a shadow board for tool storage to ensure that each tool is easy to put back in its correct storage place. With this approach, a label matching the shape and size of tool is placed where the tool belongs. Workers can immediately spot where each item belongs and know at a glance if the item is there or not. No more time wasted looking through drawers and bins. Organization can extend to the floor, to work areas, movement lanes, and storage for supplies and finished products can all be marked with floor marking tape. Let us move on to the third step of 5S, shine, or say so, which means cleanliness. While the first and second steps cleared up space and arranged the area for efficiency, this step attacks the dirt and grime that inevitably builds up underneath the clutter and works to keep it from coming back. The shine stage of 5S focuses on cleaning up the work area, which means sweeping, mopping, dusting, wiping down surfaces, putting tools and materials away. In addition to basic cleaning, shine also involves performing regular maintenance on equipment and machinery. Planning for maintenance ahead of time means businesses can catch problems and prevent breakdowns. That means less wasted time and no loss of profits related to work stoppages. The shine step is not meant to be a job for the maintenance or janitorial staff. Each worker should clean their own work area and the equipment they use. This approach has several benefits. Workers who are familiar with the area will quickly notice any problems that arise. Hazards or difficult situations will be understood and accounted for. Items that are out of place or missing will be recognized. Workers will tend to keep their own workspaces cleaner during normal operations. Shine as preventative maintenance. Keeping work areas clean will have many advantages. One important advantage is that it's easy to spot leaks, cracks, or misalignments. If the people keeping the area clean are the same people who work there regularly, they will be quick to recognize of any of these problems. Leaving those problems unnoticed and unresolved could result in equipment failure, safety hazards, and loss of productivity. Next is standardize. The first three steps of 5S cover the basics of clearing, organizing, and cleaning a workspace on their own. Those steps will provide short-term benefits. The fourth step is standardize or seiketsu, which simply means standardization. By writing down what is being done, where, and by whom, you can incorporate the new practices into normal work procedure. This paves the way for long-term change. Standardize makes 5S different from the typical spring cleaning project. Standardize systematizes everything that just happened and turns one-time efforts into habits. Standardize assigns regular tasks, creates schedules, and posts instructions so these activities become routines. It makes standard operating procedures for 5S so that the orderliness doesn't fall for the wayside. Tools for standardizing. 5S checklist. Listing the individual steps of a process makes it easy for workers to follow the process completely. It also provides a simple auditing tool to check progress later on. Job cycle charts. Identify each task to be performed in a work area and decide on a schedule or frequency for each of those tasks. Then, assign responsibility to a particular worker. The resulting chart can be posted visibly to resolve questions and promote accountability. Procedure labels and signs. Provide operating instructions, cleaning steps, and preventative maintenance procedures right where that information will be needed. Sustain. The fifth step of a 5S program is sustain or shitsuki, which literally means discipline. The idea here is continuing commitment. It's important to follow through on the decisions that you've made and continually return to the earlier steps of 5S in an ongoing cycle. Once standard procedures for 5S are in place, businesses must perform the ongoing work of maintaining those procedures and updating them as necessary. Sustain refers to the process of keeping 5S running smoothly, but also of keeping everyone in the organization involved. Managers need to participate, as do employees out on the manufacturing floor, in the warehouse, or in the office. Sustain is about making 5S a long-term program, not just an event or short-term project. Sustaining a 5S program can mean different things in different workplaces, but there are some elements that are common in successful programs. Management support. Without visible commitment from managers, the 5S processes won't stick around. Supervisors and managers should be involved in auditing the 5S work processes and getting feedback from workers. They also need to provide the tools, training, and time for workers to get their jobs done right. Department tours. Bring teams from one department to visit other departments will help familiarize the entire workforce with the processes of your facility. This type of cross-pollination helps to spread good ideas and inspires people to come up with new ways to improve the 5S implementation. Updated training. As time passes, there may be changes in your workplace, such as new equipment, new products, and new work tools. When this happens, revise your 5S work standards to accommodate those changes and provide training on those standards. Progress audits. The standards that are created in the 5S program should provide specific and measurable goals. Checking on those goals with a periodic audit can provide important information and guidance. Where is 5S working well? Where are teams falling behind? Performance evaluations. Once you know your goals are reasonable, make performance part of each employee evaluation. When teams and individuals perform well, celebrate it and post overall results so much team can see how they compare to the rest of the facility. 5S focuses on improving a workplace, and different workplaces may have little in common. It can be hard to predict the exact results of using the program. However, some benefits are almost always found. Better time usage, less wasted space, reduced injury rates, reduced equipment downtime, improved consistency and quality, heightened employee morale. And that is all. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Mary Maca, and today I will give you 5 examples of a hand tools. The first hand tools is a hammer. Hammer is a tool consisting of a weighted head fixed to a long handle that is strong to deliver an impact to a small area of an object. The first type of hammer is a ball-peen hammer. The common type of hammer used in automotive work, it has a flat face for general striking. It also has a round end shaping metal parts such as sheet metal or river heads. The second type of a hammer is a dead blow hammer. Dead blow hammer, it has a plastic coated metal face and is filled with small metal balls called lead shot. Dead blow hammer is a specialized mallet helpful in minimizing damage to the struck surface. The second example of a hand tool is the screwdriver. Screwdriver is important to use the right weight blade when installing or removing screws. There's two types of screwdriver, the standard and the Phillips screwdriver. Standard screwdriver has a flatted wedge-shaped tip that is fits into the slot in a screw head. This tool is made in 3 to 12 inches length. The second type of screwdriver is a Phillips screwdriver. Has a head with pointed edges in the shape of a cross which fit neatly into the cross slot. So the third example of the hand tools is wrench. Wrench is a large variety of wrenches are made for different use such as turning cap, screw, bolts, and nuts. The first type of wrench is a adjustable wrench. It has open-end wrench with a movable jaw, allowing it to be used with different size of fastener head, rather than just one fastener size, as with a conventional fixed spanner. And the second type of wrench, are used for holding and turning pipe. These wrenches have sharp, serrated teeth and will damage any finished parts on which they are used. The third type of wrench is the Allen wrench. Allen wrench are six-sided bars having a 9-degree bend near one end. They are used with socket head, cap screw, and socket set screw. And the other example of the hand tool is the plier. Plier is designed primarily for gripping objects by using leverage plier designed for numerous purposes and require different jaw configuration to grip, thumb, pull, or grip a variety of things. So the type of plier is the round nose plier. Round nose plier have insulated handles for safe electrical work, a spring-fitted joint for ready open and closing, and comfortable grips into handles to make them easy to manipulate. And round nose pliers are commonly used in electronics and electrical wiring. So the last example of the hand tools is the thinner snips. So thinner snips is one of the most popular type of snips. They are defined by their long handle and short blades. And that's all. Thank you.